Good afternoon and welcome to the Appointment Subcommittee for the meeting of September 25th, 2017. Before us, we have 5 applications for various positions, and we'll take them as they appear on the City Council packet. The first is the appointment of Anna Como to the Cultural Council. Please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record, please.
Hello, my name is Jana Como. My address is 10 Franklin Avenue, apartment 302 here in Revere. And was there anything else you needed?
Doing good.
Thank you.
Any members of the City Council, the subcommittee wishing to say a few? Councilor Morabito.
Hi, Jana. How are you?
How's it going?
I had an opportunity to speak with you at another city event.
Yes.
Great conversation. Can you just tell some of us on the council and the subcommittee and the viewers a little bit about your background and what
Certainly.
makes you qualified for this position?
Thank you. I went to Bridgewater State College for my undergraduate and my graduate degrees in music education. I taught in the Malden Public Schools for 7 years, so I'm familiar with the area. I am currently teaching in the North Reading Public Schools, K-5 elementary music as well as chorus. It's a blast. I am also working for the Boston Symphony Orchestra. I am on their Educators Advisory Council. I've been there for the past 3 years now. We work to provide resources for the community, families, and teachers so that they can prepare their students for the family concerts and the student concerts that the BSO puts on every year. And for the past 2 years, I've been working at their summer camp as well, out in the Berkshires.
Very good. Any other councilors wishing to speak? Councilor Keefe.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Como,
Yes.
that sounds like a pretty good resume.
It's pretty fun.
I don't know about the rest of the committee here, but I think that would be very suffice to offer the opportunity to bring you on with Revere and hopefully bring some of that talent to our city with the Cultural Council.
Thank you. I'm so excited at the opportunity to just get an idea of what things we can bring into Revere and make them as awesome as possible.
Well, good luck, and I
Thank
look
you.
forward to it. You'll have my vote.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Keefe. Councilor Nowosowski.
Thank you, Mr. President. I've known Jana for several years now.
Yep.
We've had many interactions with emails and
Thank you.
things going on in the neighborhood. She's very attentive, and I'm glad to hear all the good things you've done. And hopefully, maybe some summer we'll bring the BSO to the Legion,
That
to the
would be
Legion
cool.
lawn.
Even
So,
some of the little performers, if
yeah,
you get a
that's,
small
you know,
thing, we
it's something
definitely
we can
do that.
talk about with
That
the
would be really
Recreation
cool.
Department and see if we can pull out. I think people would really enjoy something like that.
I've got
But
some good connections
I'm
in the
very
education
impressed.
department over there.
Yeah,
I'd be
you know,
happy
if you
to.
can pull that off or work on it, you're part of our
All right.
cultural council. Bring it on. So I say, but I look forward to voting for you, and thank you for coming up again.
Thank you.
Any other councilors wishing to speak? Seeing none, all I can do is congratulate you on the mayor's appointment of you to the Cultural Council. You certainly, you've got the will to serve the community well and the ambition to serve it well and the background to complement that. So we look forward to having you work for our city, do a good job for our community. I'm going to present this to the council of the whole this evening. Most of the councils are here, so there's every intention this will be voted out favorably. There's no need for you to stay in attendance if you don't
That was
so
going to
wish
be
to
my
do
next
so.
question. It's dinner
But
time.
if you wish to exit as soon as you can, I don't blame you. So go and serve our community well, and I'm certainly pleased that the mayor appointed you because you look like you have the enthusiasm to do a great job.
Thank you. I'm very
Congratulations.
excited to be a part of this. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Next is the reappointment of Tufts Construction as a licensed drain layer. Any member from Tufts Construction available? Seeing none, we will table that. Next is the appointment of John Hurley as Harbor Master. Mr. Hurley was here previously this afternoon, and he waited around for half an hour or so, and we asked various questions of him. He had a situation to go to with his family, so I asked the indulgence of the subcommittee to vote this out favorably this evening because Mr. Hurley did take time out to come here and answer any and all questions, and he did so very favorably. And I feel like it's always good to see people wanting to serve on the water, and the harbor master is a very important job in our community. So I ask that this be voted out favorably as to the committee of the whole this evening. All in
Through you,
favor?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilor?
I think we should let people know that this was a reappointment, so he
This
has
is-
a history of working with.
Well, Mike says appointment, but
Yeah, and he was an assistant, so he has a track record, so.
he has a track record, so. Anyway, we're going to see him on the waterways, and I know he's going to do a great job for our city. All in favor, all opposed? So ordered. It will be voted out favorably this evening. And next is the appointment of Rapid Flow as a licensed drain layer. Is a member of Rapid Flow here? Longtime friend, Mark.
My name is Mark Meads. I live at 21 Old Haswell Park Road in Middleton, Mass.
Any questions from the membership of the council? Councilor Morabito.
Mark, are you currently a drain layer in any other city?
City of Boston, Boston Water and Sewer.
Excellent. Thank you.
Any other? Councilor Batch.
Thank you, Councilor, Mr. Chairman. This is a no-brainer. I mean, Mr. Rapid Flow's been around the city for years. I see them up in my ward, North Revere, doing a lot of work up there for the city. So I strongly recommend that you get appointed tonight. Thank you.
Any other questions from the membership of the council? Councilor Zambudo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Obviously, this gentleman has been a revered person for many years and has run an exemplary business, and we all know him very well, and I give my highest endorsement.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Well, from my experience, what I can state is I've known you for several years, and certainly when the city of Revere is in need of video going into the sewer system, they call on Rapid Flow because you have the best equipment available, and you're always available to our community, and that's a plus before you even decided to do on the drain layers. So though you already participated in doing a great service for our community.
Thank you.
And I know you'll do an even better service as a drain layer because you do quality work. So having said that, Mark, there's no need for you to stay in attendance this evening if you don't so wish to do so. The next couple of days, you can pick up the paperwork with the city clerk, and we will vote you out favorably this evening.
All right, thank you very
Congratulations.
much.
Do a good job for our city.
Thank you. Appreciate
Nice
it.
seeing you, Mark. And last, who's been here all afternoon with us, the reappointment of Joseph Laval as Conservation Commission. Joseph, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, good evening. Joseph LaValle, 41 Bigford Avenue in Revere, obviously.
Any questions from the membership of the city council? Joseph, Councilor Powers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've known Joe Lavelle for a considerable number of years, perhaps as long as I've sat on the city council, and maybe a little before then, and does an excellent job, very well qualified, very knowledgeable with regard to his position, and I would ask that the city council approve that this evening, both by your committee here and also when it comes for a formal vote.
Thank you, Councilor Powers. Councilor Zambudo.
I offer my endorsement, as my colleagues to my right just did. He's a fine gentleman and a person of integrity, and we want to keep people like this.
Thank you, Councilor Zambudo. Councilor Janino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also want to offer my highest recommendation. I've had the pleasure of knowing Mr. LaValle for many years as one of my administrators at the high school, and he's a great candidate and dedicated so much time to the city, so we thank you for being here again. Thank you.
Councilor Patch.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also have known Joe for many, many years. As actually did police details back in 1975 together when he was a reserve police officer, and went on to a distinguished career as a teacher at the Revere school system. And so he certainly has my support tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Patch. Councilor McKenna.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also know Joe, and I approve this reappointment. Joe was my colleague at Revere High School for many years, and he's a great guy. Thank you.
Joseph, it's me. We've met each other for many, many years. We've served the community for many years, and you've done a wonderful job. Certainly, you have all the expertise in the world when it comes to conservation. The city is very, very fortunate and lucky to have an individual like you with your knowledge coming forward to serve for our community. We look forward to many years in the future also because we so much appreciate the value you place upon our city. So again, as I repeat, there's no need for you to stay in attendance this evening if you don't so desire to do so. We will vote you all favorably this evening, and the mayor will swear you in at some point in the future. And congratulations, do a good job as you usually have, and serve our community well.
I'd like to thank you, Mr. President, members of the council, and also the mayor for reappointing me to let me serve in this small manner, my community that I've lived in all my life. Thank you very much.
We certainly appreciate it. Thank you, Joseph. All in favor, all opposed, so ordered. That concludes the appointment subcommittee for the meeting of September 25th. Thank you for your attendance. Good night.